Hi, Conan and Ben from Project Music here. You may remember us from such videos as Gretsch Hollowbodies Through the Ranges, and to continue with the comparison videos, we've got two more quite stunning Gretsches, and these are part of the Vintage Select range. And I've got the 53 Vintage Select 6128T, and Ben has the 59. And the big difference between these guys is, of course, the pickups. So you've got the TV Jones T-Armand Dynasonic pickups in the 53, and then the 59 has TV Jones Classics in it. Now, Ben, you know TV Jones Classics, don't you? Because you have a guitar with them.
I do have a guitar with them in, yeah.
And what are your thoughts? Do you like them?
I like them a lot. Yeah, they're because it's in a Telecaster, so they do that. They match really well with a Telecaster bridge, so you still get that spanky telly thing, but maybe a bit more, I don't know, like lower mid body.
Okay.
Without getting muddy and like flubbing out, you know, like putting a humbucker in it may do. Yeah, I love that guitar. It's great for everything. Play a lot of jazz on it, put flat ones on it. Sounds wicked for that. As I've said in that aforementioned comparison.
Yes.
That I play jazz on these pickups because I think they're great for it. Because of the clarity that you can roll tone off but keep it from
No, absolutely. I think again, like we said in the other video, is TV Jones the Filtertron style pickups are so just overlooked, I think, for so many styles. They're very much pigeonholed in a particular kind of genre, I think, a lot of the time. But like we kind of, hopefully, if you have seen the other video, then it will be somewhere linked here that you can go and have a little listen to how it sounds in those big body guitars, because they can lend themselves to anything. You know, we plug them through gain, clean, all that sort of thing, and they sounded fantastic, kind of with everything really. Now, these two guitars here, they are essentially the same in their construction. Some subtle differences, I guess, with bridges. You've basically both got the rosewood style bass bridges, but you've obviously got the rollers on here, slightly different on each one of these guys. So, but they're about as close as you can kind of get in the Gretsch range, because they're both part of the same series, and in the Vintage Select series. So we thought that'd be a pretty good comparison to get as close as we can with the pickups.
They're just the coolest looking.
And they are the coolest, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're so cool.
Check this guy out. That's amazing. So what we'll do, as always, we'll get them into Ben's hands, pop them through some clean, some overdrive, and just let Ben explore a couple of tones on them, and we'll see what we think from a tonal point of view, and we shall reconvene afterwards and chat about it. So let's start off.
See you in a bit.
So there we have it, two more fantastic Gretsch Japanese Pro Series guitars. I think my favourite is that one. Sitting on the other side of the camera, I think that was more my flavour, I guess. I think there was the dynamics on it were a little bit wider, an airiness about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Dynasonics bring that. And it just sounded fantastic. It was just definitely, not that this sounded bad at all, you know, I'd happily have either of them, but that was just more to my flavour. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favourite. I think I like them both equally, kind of for different reasons.
Okay.
I think part of the reason that is because I'm used to those pickups.
I was going to say, there's a familiarity with that.
Yeah. So it just is a sound I'm so familiar with. With this, because this weighs less.
Okay.
I was saying earlier, it sounds like it weighs less than that guitar. Like it sounds like it has more air in it.
Yeah.
Because it technically does. Like
we pumped that one up earlier.
Yeah.
To get it going.
But yeah, they're both fantastic guitars. Yeah. They do the Gretsch thing, and I don't know, they're both iconic Gretsch sounds, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it is the pickups. These, that's just like Julian Lage and like Big Frizzell. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was straight away as soon as you started playing that, and it did, because I'm a massive Julian Lage kick at the moment, so it was a sound that's in my head right now, and as soon as you start playing it, I was just like, yeah, that's that thing.
And these always sound woodier.
Yeah, I think so.
It's almost like they bring out the characteristics of the bridge and...
Yeah, you wonder if the whole... I don't know the history of the Dynasonic sort of name and things like that, but maybe it is a case of the dynamics of the guitar come out more sonically in the pickup, but you wonder if that's kind of what they were aiming for, because that feels like what it is. So every time we've done a guitar with Dynasonics, or even when we're just in the shop and someone's playing it, or you pop it in someone's hands, I always feel like it sounds like that guitar. You can always hear the characteristics of that guitar regardless of what it's going through. It's always a little bit more.
Definitely. Especially through like low watt jams. I feel like especially these are paired so well with like amp that's under like 20 watts. You know? Because they break up so nicely and compress. They're quite open sounding, and the compression is more, I don't know, close to a single coil, obviously. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But
it's hard. It's so, always, like we always say, it's so hard to get the kind of the sound, the description of the sound across, because there isn't really a proper word for it. In that, or proper words for it, I should say.
I think they're both woody sounding guitars.
They are, but that one sounds more woody because I think those pickups let it through the amplifier. Because I think unplugged they were quite similar, if not that was just a little bit more because of sort of built, I guess. But yeah, I think the conclusion is Gretsch Japanese Vintage Select guitars are all very, very good.
They're brilliant.
Hopefully in the recordings you can hear those differences between the two.
And build quality is
phenomenal, isn't
fantastic. And I was saying, I think Bigsby's on these guitars feel better than on any other guitar. I think the Japanese Gretsch's.
I think there's a stability. I think a lot of people sort of dig at the Bigsby for being difficult to work with and unstable and things like that. But it's all, setup is a huge part of it, as we know.
Yeah, it's the most vocal sounding vibrato.
Yeah,
because it definitely, the slight up and down is so much like a human voice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of those things that, I mean, they've been around for a long time for a reason, I guess, and the design hasn't been changed that much. I know there's subtle changes. I know there's some different bridges you can get for these and
at least
and things on the rollers, but essentially, they are an incredibly cool thing to have on a guitar. You know, I've got one that's got a Bigsby on it, and it's awesome. But before then, I was a bit unsure about Bigsby, not because I disliked them as such, but I'd never had a guitar with them. I wasn't really. Not that I wasn't that bothered, but I guess I wasn't a big vibrato guy. Until I had one and I lived with it, I was like, actually having just that little bit of is fantastic. And I think, like you say, the Gretsch ones, or the Wan't on Gretsch somehow, I'm not sure if it's an amalgamation of the whole guitar and what they do and how they build them and the way that they are, but they just seem to be some of the best. I think they do, they do sit nicely, and they suit the voice of a Gretsch.
Yeah, very much so.
And I think it's regardless of whether it's the Filtertron or the Dynasonic, it's that vibe, and they suit it really well.
And they definitely add something tonally as well, the extra mass of the metal. I know Julian Large says thing, he doesn't really use it
much, he just
likes the way they sound.
There we go. So in conclusion, 2 awesome guitars. Obviously, if you want to see us do some more comparisons on Gretsch or anything else, then pop it in the comments below. Also, let us know if you had a favourite of the 2, and are you a Julian Large fan? Because you should be.
Yeah,
I think because he's pretty phenomenal. Obviously, as always, if you can subscribe, that would be fantastic if you've not already. And me and Ben will hopefully see you in some more videos very soon.
Yeah, see you soon.